Hey, good morning. My name is Jeffrey Nietupski, president of the oh wait, no, too soon. President of the Gandy Civic Association down in South Tampa, south of Gandy. And this video that I've created is to work towards getting all the neighborhood associations a little bit more organized and how we work with the builders and developers. So the current relationship is we receive the good neighbor notices, we rally up the troops, we go to City Hall and essentially, fight, battle, and all that good stuff that has been happening. Sometimes it's productive and things get done. Sometimes it's a waste of time. But every time people lose their personal time, they lose, a sense of happiness. And as I've been doing these battles for the last year, I've been thinking, there's got to be an easier way to do this, right? The builders and developers know our concerns, but when we show up to City Hall and, blast them publicly and fight them, they're going to fight us. So as a natural born leader, I'm a Leo, and as a leader, I look at issues from a different perspective. So I received a good neighbor notice recently. It's probably going to stir up some shit. But then I thought, instead of how we've done this in the past, I'm going to just email the builder ahead of time. Let them know our concerns, right? So I've created almost like a templated, scripted email in which I'm going to use to reply to every single good neighbor notice we get. And I would like every other association to do the same. And I'll show you why it's relevant to everyone. So I'll show you the good neighbor notice that I put together, the response. So, Gandy Civic Association, here's our slogan and website, a letter from who we are. This is a good neighbor notice response. We have the app number, we have the address. I put in, my own remarks. But then I put, here are some of the consistent concerns we have with these projects. Setbacks, sidewalks, trees, site plan, beautification with all my lovely grammatical errors, which is why I've downloaded Grammarly recently. And this video is brought to you by Grammarly. Just kidding. So here's the templated one. Your neighborhood association name, quote, website, all that good stuff. But here we go. Here's a list of the top concerns. Anyway, that come up with development project, having a list that we can copy and paste to include our email responses will help us to bring these items to the attention of the developers. Hell, maybe even get them to address them too. So I have 8 here that seem to come up at every meeting: setbacks, sidewalks, trees, site plan, neighborhood beautification. Hey, get those developers to start putting some artwork in your neighborhood, man. Mixed use, residential's nice. If there's nowhere for them to shop, nowhere for them to, go eat, kind of sucks. Traffic, flooding, right? So I feel like if we start addressing these 8 issues with the developers and builders before we get to City Hall, I feel like we're going to get a lot more done. And that's a good thing. Let's save everybody a headache. Let's see if we can address this stuff beforehand. And then, when you send your email to the good neighbor notices, just put in your thoughts. I go setbacks. The trend has been to build closer to the streets. Sometimes it's a necessity, which is cool. In the grand scheme of things, less green space contributes to our flooding. We ask, what are your plans for setbacks? Can you keep with the current codes asked for, or will you be needing a variance? Simple question. Anyway, I encourage everybody to take on this project. Come up with an email scripted templated response. So when you receive the good neighbor notice in the mail, you just quick copy and paste the scripted response, throw in the specific questions you have, and start a dialogue with these developers. I'm willing to bet we can work together and be happier if we address these concerns long before we get in front of the council members. They'll appreciate it. Your neighbors will appreciate it. And believe me, your family who doesn't like you leaving and going to City Hall Thursday till 1 in the morning will thank you too. Hey, I'm Jeffrey Nietupski. If you need to get a hold of me, you can email me at GainyCivicCenter@gmail.com or give me a call, 813-906-1319.